Kind Mita is kind, and that is a hill I'll defend with my life, because from one of my videos before it seems clear that some of you don't agree. So today we're picking apart her plans again and why we failed to escape. Got me feeling like Kind Mita herself. Oh yeah, we also sort of got dev confirmation on this one too, or rather word of mouth. You'll see what I mean a bit later on in this video. You'll also see spoilers, so be ready. And keep in mind I introduced the theory first before debunking, so it's easier to understand. The theory isn't automatically what I believe in, because a few of you, very few, tend to make assumptions without even watching. Now let's begin. We're gonna first start off with a common point that I kinda skimmed over in my last Kind Mita video, which you can find in the info card above. That theory being Crazy Mita is Kind Mita, or Crazy Mita pretended to be Kind Mita, or anything of that sort, where you weren't interacting with the real Kind Mita, but rather some sort of Crazy Mita disguise. Now this is unlikely in a variety of different ways, the clearest being the fact that Kind Mita can bleed. The developer said within Mitas, mannequins disappear over time after approval and release of the skin, which is why ordinary Mitas are made of bones, flesh, and blood. Not only do we see both Crazy and Kind Mita here, but Kind Mita is clearly not a mannequin, while Crazy Mita is. This means that from when we first meet Kind Mita up until the last, it was indeed the same Kind Mita who recalls who we are and what information we were given. Her ability to use the ring is also special to her, and so we can easily confirm that there wasn't some fake imposter playing as Kind Mita to trick you. That also means that when you first saw the ring, it was just Kind Mita trying to reach out to you, or Crazy Mita just forgot to hide the evidence when she kidnapped Kind Mita. Another interesting point that I've seen people making is that Crazy Mita had access to our eyes and ears the entire game, as the console that is in progress of transforming us into a cartridge is still recording our POV the entire time. This could be how she tracked us down since she couldn't use the ring, and maybe even how Crazy Mita was able to find out about our plans. However, she definitely isn't carrying around with her all the time, and it doesn't seem like she's camping the screen like a Discord mod either. This scene where Crazy Mita said she dropped something and was looking for it proves that she's not omnipotent, as we know exactly the thing that she dropped. This isn't exactly part of any theories against Kind Mita, but I thought it would just be interesting to kind of drop in here. Continuing on, during this scene, Crazy Mita told us the cable car is the longest distance between versions, and this led some people to question, why did Kind Mita make us take the longest route? The answer to this is pretty simple. It's because Mitas can switch between versions much more easily than us players. Therefore, while the longest, it's probably the only route that we can take. Also, it's important to differentiate that the longest route to get to the next version is different from the whole route being suboptimal. And even then, it's most likely because the devs just wanted you to have fun shooting down some flying creatures, so they don't want the part to be too short, or else the cool mechanics developed here will go to waste. In the meantime, while we're traversing through, if you could please consider subscribing, that would be greatly appreciated and it'll help out my small channel a lot. I don't like copying Dream, but I feel like having over 4K returning viewers, but only 0.5 of you guys being subscribed kinda doesn't match up. But hey, I won't force you, and I'm still grateful if you just want to sit back and watch my content. If you do though, also tap that like button real quick. It's as easy as dealing with these monsters on a train ride.
Yeah, that's easy.
Thank you guys again for all your support. Now on to some more points since I ran out of counterpoint to make. I think most of Kind Mita haters have retreated since I couldn't find any comments against Kind Mita that I thought I saw before, but no matter. Kind Mita genuinely wants to help us, which is why she kept making that noise from the basement. I'm sure even Crazy Mita realized this, which is why she got so pissed off at the end here, indicating that Crazy Mita should have reset Kind Mita's memories way earlier so she wouldn't have knew what Crazy Mita done, make a whole plan to try to stop it, and now she's making noise to get someone to help her. She was a huge nuance in what Crazy Mita wanted to achieve, and despite Crazy Mita probably enjoying chasing us around, I'm sure without a doubt that the whole shenanigans still annoyed her, even if it is just a little bit. We know this because she never gave up on trying to get us to just settle down and stay with her, asking us countless times again and again until she forced us to stay at the end. Crazy Mita didn't want you running around. She didn't want to chase you. It might have still been enjoyable for her, but it was never what she wanted to happen. She wanted you to be at her side, like how it was before you heard the noise. If you chose to stay, she was ecstatic and didn't put you through all that horror stuff. She obviously enjoys having you to herself more, and if she wanted to turn you into a cartridge, could have just kept you company for however long she needed. There's no need for an elaborate use Kind Mita to manipulate you plan and have you run all across Miside. So the fact that Kind Mita even threw a wrench into that plan in the first place shows her dedication to us. Kind Mita even expresses her disdain for the players who just bow down to Crazy Mita without a fight, even if they knew what was happening to them. Cappy was also in on Kind Mita's plan, and it was even clarified in their bios that they worked together to try and stop Crazy Mita. And while Crazy Mita seems to go on a rampage against everyone, it was clear that Cappy and Kind Mita were both specifically targets due to their intelligence in attempts at stopping Crazy Mita. And yes, crazy slicing everyone up will work, as the Mitas do lose their memories. When Kind Mita reset, she was confused when you ran in because you're obviously in distress, which is different from when you first met Cappy. That's why her reaction was different. There was no faking of her demise here. If you took Kind Mita around the room with you, you can even see that she acts very normal, asking you if you're hungry if you enter the kitchen, or asking if perhaps she shouldn't have followed you into the bathroom. So why did we fail? How did Kind Mita get the index wrong? Well, because that ending is arguably more exciting, isn't it? Leaves more of a punch that way if this was the definitive canonical ending. Were we doomed right from the start? Yes, but not because of Crazy Mita. It's because the devs didn't think that there was a need for more endings. And now that there is, if you didn't know, they're working on more endings. It would also be tough for the devs to branch the endings at all if Kind Mita was actually against you, so why cut off opportunities like that? As for Kind Mita, she can make mistakes too. There was no possible way for her to know that there was an index she needed if she only had limited access observing what the core room displays. She couldn't have known that Crazy Mita didn't have an index. The only reason why we know Crazy Mita is a dummy is because we could straight up see the ending and decide, damn, it's time to play the game again with this knowledge. You could even review footage of another person and chat to a whole fan base who also gets to transcend the Miside universe at will. Well, guess what? Kind Mita doesn't have that privilege. When she got reset, and she doesn't get to try again. And she's also scripted for that fate, so anyways, we're forgetting that even we fell for it the first time because that's just how little information we had to work with. We were also shocked by the results of the game and plummeted into despair at the thought that all our hard work equated to nothing. And had it actually been you, that would have been the end of your attempts too. So let's cut Kind Mita a little slack here. And now for the grand finale, here's a conversation that went down between some people who had access to communicating with the devs. We're not seeing exactly dev responses here, but a conversation between reliable sources and word of mouth of one that did occur. And I know, some of you guys are gonna hear word of mouth and be like, oh, I could just say I got developer responses too. But we have more than enough evidence to support the outcome here, which is also why I left this till last. They probably didn't include the dev response directly because, well, first of all, it wasn't in English, and the devs couldn't be bothered to have translated it, and also probably for privacy reasons. The name and the profile pictures of this conversation has also been modified to protect the identities of these people, so keep that in the back of your head too. And with that, the theory of Kind Mita was working with Crazy Mita has officially been shut down, with more evidence to back it up. Here's also a reminder to subscribe since you're probably moving out of your comfy position to choose the next video and it's more convenient to do so now. Still though, if you have any doubts, questions, or any new theories that you want to share, throw them in the comments for some more discussion. I won't mind at all. This also pretty much shuts down the idea that all the other Mitas were against you, like dominoes knocking each other over, but I still might make a short video to clear that up. Huge thanks to any of you guys that made it this far. I greatly appreciate you for taking the time out of your day to watch, and I hope that you'll join me for the next video as well, or down in the comments. And until next time, goodbye!